hand it over to our broker, our very knowledgeable broker, our broker that's fierce, very involved, and so happy to be here and work for this family. And I like to hand it over to Kelvin, because Kelvin is, we have one more affiliate here. Come on in. Why don't you come in and introduce yourself?
What's up, everybody? Jason Hello with Property ID. Let me know out there if anything, got these high fire zones and all these issues that we're having. Let me do the NHD for you ahead of time. As soon as you get a listing, or even if you have a potential listing, let me know. I'll get you the report, no charge if it cancels or anything. That way it can show anything that'll affect the water, the soil, the air, the high fire zones. Yeah, no charge if it cancels. And I can jump in and see if there's any red flags on the property right away also. And add it part of your MLS. Anyways, thanks everybody. Jason Property ID. Let me know, maybe be a part of your team out there in the field. Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate that. Okay, I didn't mean to burst your bubble out there, Kelvin, but I'm so happy you're not on a ship and you're on the ship here at Coldwell Banker Dynasty in Temple City. So you're next.
Good morning, everybody. I am happy to be here. Not on vacation this week. I did hear back that one of our agents was on a ship, and they were on a cruise ship in Israel last week. So fortunately, they were there exactly at the spot in Gaza, and they were basically the day before the bombings happened. They just boarded the ship and already left Israel. So they're super, super fortunate to have boarded their ship, because the following ship that came on board, there were trapped Americans in Israel. And then all of this craziness happened. So our hearts go out to all of the suffering and all the families that had to go through all of this wars between the Israeli and the Palestinians. And all of this stuff is going on. And it just really puts all of us to remember what's important, to realize the true safety, the freedom, the security that we enjoy here in America. Because you can't imagine, we wake up and we get earthquake. Okay, we can live with that. Imagine you wake up and you're getting bombed and your building is collapsing, and that's going on. So I'm just kind of concerned. I'm following the news, what's going on globally. I think you guys all need to be aware of what's going on globally as well, because this is an ongoing conflict that does not appear to have any compromise or settling going on in between in terms of negotiations. These two warring parties basically want to end one another, and there's no compromise to that. But anyway, let's get back into a little bit about the sales meeting slides. And so those unfamiliar with the conflict going on in the Gaza, I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. And that's going to lead with just a quote of what John F. Kennedy said to us. Thank you all affiliates for being here on time and kicking off our mornings with great insight. John Kennedy, JFK, says, Israel was not created in order to disappear. Israel will endure and flourish. It is the child of hope and the home of the brave. It can neither be broken by adversity nor demoralized by success. It carries the shield of democracy and it honors the sword of freedom. And really what this boils down to is that the Middle East has no country or state that has democratic powers except for Israel. So that is why our U.S. government supports Israel and sent $3.8 billion, is because it's the one country in the Middle East that does have some democratic hope and potential for it. And neighboring countries like there's a lot of concerns over Iran, and obviously all the political interests are there because of the oil. So there's a lot of stuff that going on, and let's just hope and see that this conflict ends quickly. Sales meetings, we're continuing on with the bi-weekly schedule, so take note of the classes. I appreciate you all. I believe I might be canceling this October 31st because that falls on a Tuesday. I'll check back with you. Okay. Now, the classes coming up are basically these are ones from AAR, and we have a couple cool stuff. We got the American Home Shield. They have what's covered with Pamela McSweeney. If you want to learn about your Supra, you want to learn about a little stuff about insurance crisis. Sam Wright, who spoke at our agency 2 months ago, is now speaking with the AAR board. So that was a really cool class. I did record it. You can really tell his passion regarding the insurance and all of the carriers leaving California. And it is an issue for many of our transactions I've noticed recently of getting reasonable home insurance within a reasonable time frame. So go ahead and attend some of these learning opportunities. And we hope if you have any questions, or actually if you wanted to watch that class, it's on my YouTube channel. Just type in broker Kelvin Chang in YouTube and you'll find it. I'm gonna have a sequence of Coldwell Banker slides. And so today we're going to do a lot of Coldwell Banker announcements and updates because we have some really cool stuff and news to share. One is there's a training if you want to learn how to do some custom videos. They're featuring this month because of the national football and the new campaign with all of the new advertisement theme. Coldwell Banker is really featuring our newest tool on our websites. We all, as affiliates, have this free within your CB desk section. And this move meter is what they're featuring. A move meter kind of just helps a consumer decide whether they wish to move from one city to another. It will kind of compare cost of living, income, demographics, and very important, like, housing costs and the mortgage, all that cool stuff. It helps compare one city versus another. For example, Los Angeles to people in Texas, or you want to choose Los Angeles to people, and a lot of people are moving to the Carolina, South Carolina in particular. A lot of people are moving to Georgia and Florida. So if you wanted to compare, we have nationwide data with Coldwell Banker. It's really cool. Check it out. And they have some nice commercials, and you can make a video out of this too. So help educate your clients, help them educate one area or one market area to another. There's an October learning calendar, guys. So if you read your inbox email this morning, I emailed you the October calendar of events that you can learn for free. And they have also featured products, which is AMP and Amplifier, which are great products if you really want to boost your business. So check your inbox because I wrote up and shared a little bit about, let me go ahead and let you know that. And someone said, yes, if you can see my email right now. I'm going through a couple of things. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so this morning I emailed you here. So there's two attachments. One is the Moxie calendar, and this second one is your agent calendar. All of these are classes that you can take. Hopefully, because when I pop this up, I don't know if you can see it. Did you guys see the October calendar right now in big?
Yes.
Okay, so you have a cool different business planning. You have owning your value, and there is pricing strategy. There is a featured class that I wanted to make you aware of, and that's going to be owning objections on October 16th. Owning an objection is being able to respond professionally and tastefully when a client asks you, hey, I have a friend who's in the industry. My sister-in-law is also a realtor. Why should I use you? Why is your commission 5 or 6%? Can you do it for 1%? Okay, what are you going to say? How are you going to respond? If you haven't articulated your own objection handling scripts, take this class. 2 hours. What better way than to improve your communication and articulate your ideas in a way to make sure that the client and the banker tips. These trainers are great. They can teach you some really nice ways to delicately handle. Oh, can you manage my property for me? Like I emailed you a couple of weeks ago. What are you going to say back? Because people always say yes, 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 yes. And I don't want you to be a yes person. I want you to say yes when you can. Learn when you also can say no, because people respect when you say no as well. And I gave you some scripts of my own. How you so anyway, let's go ahead and get back to the slides, because I just wanted, you can read this on your own. And if you haven't got the email, you got to check your Team Dynasty, make sure you're added to that. So then continuing on these slides, this is what your move meter looks like, and the matchup is kind of matching, you know, one city and comparing it to another. And they thought it's really cute to make sure the whole world is watching our Coldwell Banker campaign. So you can see it on Amazon Prime Video. You can see it on the NFL Thursday Night Football schedule. I personally did watch the Thursday. I did see the Coldwell Banker ad, so it was really cool. And so you'll see what they're talking about. The move meter is kind of like, you know, how you have a matchup with New York and San Francisco, for example. Well, your clients might be moving from San Francisco to New York because San Francisco has way too much homelessness. Actually, New York has too a lot too. Anyway, you could prepare for this. There's there's email, there's drip campaigns regarding this move meter that is exclusive to Coldwell Banker agents only. And what is this like? Well, I'll show you. You can see there is kind of like a Minneapolis here versus Philadelphia. You can put and post these on your social media, Facebook and Instagram. You can compare the median home price. So Minneapolis is 229 and Philadelphia is 341. And there's different ways to kind of show one city versus another. So take a look. Some of your clients might be interested in at least playing around with the tool so you can see how it's like. And this move meter is within your drip campaigns as well, so you can send stuff out to your clients as you watch them. You know, Jacksonville and Florida, no matter where you go, you can really, Coldwell Banker can help you fulfill your dreams of home ownership. And I want to definitely, this is the last time I'm going to keep reminding you for GenBlue, the Coldwell Banker annual conference that we celebrate. It is physically in Atlanta. I don't know if any of you physically attending, but I do know there is an option this year for virtual registration, and it's way cheaper to attend virtually. So for just a $99 fee, you get access to the entire two-day workshops, classes, speakers, and you can hear from the experts. So it's going to be on Tuesday, October 17th and Wednesday, October 18th. You can live chat, you can network with the attendees. So here's what it looks like for GenBlue. Our featured speaker is, everyone should recognize, except this photo makes him look very thin, because but he's definitely a very thick guy.
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal is a huge monster, played for us at the Lakers for many years, got us many championships with Kobe. And he's going to be speaking for the GenBlue, so you can have it for your fee and watch him probably speak towards, you know, what Shaq does. Maybe it's hard work, dedication, practice. Maybe it's just what a superstar mindset is like. I have no idea what he's going to speak about, but you can tell Shaq is a great, cool dude. And this is talking about the video in your hand. So if you want to do custom videos, all Coldwell Banker affiliates, we get at no additional cost 20 Coldwell Banker videos that are customizable to ourselves. So why don't you take advantage of these free video templates and design one for yourself, post it on your social media. Hey, test it out. See if your audience is going to engage with you. Some of them might like it, some of them might say it's cool and respond back. But at the end of the day, the key is to stay on top of mind. Just post something, show something that you're in Coldwell Banker, show something that you're doing stuff and trying new stuff, because that's what people want to see. People want to see that you are, just constantly updating and doing something fresh. So that's the Coldwell Banker. And I want to remind you, because Coldwell Banker wants to Coldwell Banker wants to pay you to refer agents to our firm. So all Coldwell Bankers nationwide are participating to referral rewards. What does this mean? If you as an agent have anyone that you know that wants to join another firm or join the Coldwell Banker brand, introduce them through the referral rewards in your MyCB Desk platform. It's just an email, the name of the person and their phone number. It'll send a welcome email and learn more about joining Coldwell Banker. The management will receive a lead to contact that person, and you let us know who when you sent out this. I can help you through any of this stuff. But at the end of the day, if the person that you rewarded or referred joins our firm, you will receive perennially, and basically until this program is exhausted, 1% of that agent's production. This is not coming from company. This is coming from corporate. So this is a cool way to get additional income and revenue stream for you for the lifetime of that agent staying within the Coldwell Banker system. So it's really cool. It's a win-win situation. They want to refer you 1%, and every time they close a deal, you get paid. They pay this out quarterly. We already did receive one of the referral incomes from another agent who joined us this year, and they do pay it on time. So all you got to do is go to a desk area. Referral rewards is a tile that you should have, and they'll get a interest form. They fill it out, and you just kind of send it out as the sponsoring agent, and that ensures that if they join, you will be paid the referral income every time they close a transaction. Okay, this is for all of us in Coldwell Banker system, whether you're an affiliate or not. And any questions, just let me know. So this is the owning objections class I talked to you about. So sign up for that on the 16th if you want to improve your scripts and your ability to articulate objection handling. So mark your calendars. I'm going to let you see the website for GenBlue, because they also have some really cool featured speakers. One of the co-hosts, some of you might recognize her in Paige Turner. She is a TV personality. She's been on HGTV and Fix or Flip types of TV shows. And she's also with one of my friends' companies, Coldwell Banker Exclusive. So she joined them this year. She's a really cool person, and they have a whole featured lineup of speakers in our Coldwell Banker GenBlue. So check it out, because we have cool speakers, and I'll show you the website. All you got to do is go to genblueexperience.com, and this is where you can register for $99 only. Take a look at the agenda, okay? Actually, I'll start with speakers first. So the speakers we have, and you can look on your own time. He's the CEO, Ryan Schneider of Anywhere Real Estate. And we have a lot of our executives and directors that are going to be speaking as well, like Liz Geringer. She's part of our Anywhere. She's our president. And you have David Marine. He's our marketing officer. You have Tonisha Harris. She's on The Voice of NBC. And you have all these cool other people, Katie Lange, Jim Edwards, all these really great entrepreneurs and business leaders are going to be teaching us how we can improve our production in 2024 and what to look out for. So the classes are all listed on the agenda. They also have a global luxury class if you're interested in getting certified as a global luxury agent. The first day on Monday is dedicated to that. But let's just take a look at Tuesday, because that's really the general session when you're going to be able to hear from Shaq and all the other speakers. So they're going to talk about leadership and recruiting. They're going to talk about storytelling, lead generation, social media, international real estate. And 12 to 6 o'clock, they'll have a marketplace open. There'll be a channel available for those of you who really want to grow but there's broker level, manager level, and agent level classes. Okay, you want to learn about AI in your sales meetings? There's Matthew Rathburn who's going to talk about that. So if you want to look at any of this stuff, you can look at the classes, sign up for $99, and there's a RSVP registration button here. And that's the little teaser I promised to share. Someone says, go Dolphins. I actually do like the Dolphins this year. They're pretty good. Here we go. We got, these are also some of the speakers for the Coldwell Banker GenBlue. And there is one more global luxury certification class that's going to be at the end of the year on November 29th to 30th. They do offer this global luxury program virtually. So if you have sold high-end, multi-million-dollar homes and want to get that designation and belong to that prestigious club, you can go ahead and sign up here. Speaking of that prestigious club, we have many people who are already on the global luxury program. Sylvia Ramos, our manager, is one of them. Henry Liu is one of them as well. Angel Lau. And actually, Henry, I do want to recognize him because Henry Liu is actually just recently been featured on the A list of ARIA, Asian American Real Estate Association. He got named in the top 20 producing agents worldwide, actually nationally wide. And the ARIA A list is no joke. He did a huge amount of commercial production, and they recognized him in 2023. So kudos and congratulations to Henry. It's a really good plug because so big that even our brand recognized and saw him as well. That kind of production is great. So let's all move on to the slides again. Sylvia, any management updates or things you want to share on your end?
Sure. Thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate all that information, Kelvin. I saw many of you. Oh, before we go into that, the birthdays for October. Any of you who have birthdays in October and are alive and celebrating life and are existing and coexisting, happy birthday! Feliz cumpleaños from Coldwell Banker Dynasty in Temple City and Arcadia.
Happy birthday. I do know 2 October babies. JL, our front desk staff, is her birthday next week. My wife, the following week, it's her birthday. So she's turning, I'm not going to say her age, but anyway, it's her birthday in a couple of weeks. So we're going to celebrate there.
Yeah, on 16.
Smart guy.
All right.
So who is it, Calvin? You said it's Jael and who else?
My wife, Kat.
Please.
Oh, Kat. Okay.
Kat.
Oh,
And that's perfect. And this is not an employee of the company, but I did give birth to my son 36 years ago, my firstborn. So one day you're going to be talking about Brady, or Brady's going to be talking about himself when he's 36. That's to be the 4th generation here at Coldwell Banker Dynasty. But thank you for that.
Management updates.
Thank you. Over at the AAR Caravan, as you know, I am a dual member with the Arcadia Association of Realtors and West San Gabriel. So I've been a member of both. I just switched primary status. That's all. So there's a lot of scary stuff out there that Callie Richardson shared with us this morning. And I can't tell you how scary it is. It's just mind-blowing. So I'm going to go ahead and share some of my notes because we are going to schedule him here at our office to speak on websites, to speak on emails, text, etc., things like that, hate speech, anything like that. So let me see. I went ahead and wrote down so many notes that it's going up and down. So here, did you know that if you put in like a thumbs up or an emoji on something that could be discrediting to someone, that you would come across as you're endorsing that person, like you're supporting that person? Be mindful that when you're liking something, that you read completely what that something that you're liking is really about. Is it hurting someone? Is it affecting someone's business? There are attorneys in the Bay Area, San Francisco area, that are actually targeting websites like this, people with emails. I'll give you another example. Did you know that if you delete an email and it gets subpoenaed by a judge, if you delete it, it's part of your company's server. So it can be traced by your company's server. So if it's traced by your company's server and you deleted it, it's going to come across as some form of guilt. That's some of them there. They're talking about the dark, the ransomware attacks, all the ransomware attacks. Set boundaries with your clients. Setting boundaries with your clients on, calling them. Don't be held hostage by your clients. Set some boundaries. He had this really funny photo where there's a toilet and there's a computer, there's a fax, and there's a phone right next to the toilet seat. So he's saying, a lot of you set boundaries. I hope you're not this person that are taking calls while you're doing your business in the bathroom. Make sure that you respond at a boundary level. Don't feel that you're being stretched this way or that way with your clients. Personal and trust relationships. Make sure that the personal and trust relationships that you have established, make them in-person type of relationships. Don't depend on technology to trust a relationship or to have any trust at all. You need to have some interaction, some human-to-human interaction at some point. Let me see what else. There's so much here. Okay, so if you come across with some type of humor in your office anywhere, or some type of sarcasm in your office, that can be misconstrued and in a lot of ways that can come across as hate speech. So Callie Richardson was really, really reiterating on this, that if someone makes a sarcastic remark to someone, or if someone just says some type of dry humor to someone, it can be misconstrued as hate speech. So the brokers are really on the hook. I had an intimate conversation with Calvin prior to this. He's fully aware of all this. He's ready. He's getting us ready. He's prepared. I feel safe. And I know you all should feel safe as well. However, we have no control over what you're doing on your own public websites, what you're doing in your own public social media, Twitter, anything, or your emails. When you're going to send an email, by the time you hit send, it's too late. You can't recall it. So something that you've already sent can be and will be something that a judge can subpoena and get a hold of, whether you deleted it, cleaned out your computer. It does fall under the company mainframe. So that's something Kelvin can go over further with you. Using the internet, hacking, I went over that. If you've been hacked, you have 72 hours, up to 72 hours for something to be resolved. Whether it can be resolved or not can be resolved. You have 72 hours. You have to act immediately on that. And let me see here. I will type up all these notes and I will put them on our share drive, but I'm telling you, there's just so much here. Let me see here. I went over the judge. The judge can actually Okay, so an admission of fault. You can be in an admission of fault if you delete any of your emails that pertain to a client's case or anything like that. There is an arbitration company out there called, it's an acronym, ICA. I think he said MM as in Mary or NN as in Nancy. And that's an arbitration company electronically to help resolve some of these issues that are on emails or any social media. So again, make sure that you don't fall on the dark side with these ransomwares and all these attacks that are out there. Don't be too quick to respond or make a comment on somebody's site or a professional site, because that is the new ambulance chasers that are out there. They're out there, they're monitoring. They're also monitoring if any of your websites are covered under the ADA type of protection. And I'll just share an example. Not everybody is able to see. So if you post something on your website and somebody is blind and they can't read it, they're going to try and come after you. So here you go. These people that are chasing, these type of people that are, looking for this, if you respond to them by saying, thank you very much, I received this, it's been corrected, they will not file a lawsuit on you, but they will ask you for money to resolve it. In most situations, they will go away, and some they have not. People have actually paid money to make these people go away. So I see Kelvin's antennas going up. He's thinking about this. So I'm going to hand it over to Kelvin and reiterate more on this. But in the meantime, we are going to get Kelly Richardson to come over and scare us to death like he usually does, because he is involved in all of these attorney-client relationship situations. So he's fully aware of what's happening. So stay informed, continue to attend these classes, continue to attend Kelvin's Keys for Success. The knowledge is there, learn it. I'll end out with this as well. I've been on a recruiting journey, and I've had some campaigns, and I've been out there. I have some people lined up. I did have a group while Kelvin was away from Remax that actually asked if they can come over and so I can teach them. So the hook is that I get them enticed enough to come over and learn to where they come and join our company. So one of the brand new agents that devoted herself to coming, she's a brand new agent. She has a lot of enthusiasm and inspiration. And I have to tell you, I've been mentoring her, and she just got a listing and she's double ending it. I saw her this morning. She's pretty excited. She's very motivated. So, don't turn away people that want to learn. Mentor them, become, their mentee, or let them become your mentor. Kelvin mentioned about the recruitment out there. If you know of someone, bring them. Let them be part of our house here. And let's make our environment here more fruitful and continue to nurture everything that we already have here. Because I have to tell you, we are thriving compared to a lot of other areas. We are thriving in many, many different ways. And I can't encourage you enough for all of this. Thank you, Kelvin. Thank you, everyone. Back to you, Kelvin.
That was a lot of information. I hope you guys enjoy the value of her taking her notes with the attorney and sharing it with us. So thank you, Sylvia.
You're
In
welcome.
regards to cyber attacks and discrimination and online stuff like this, there is a new mandate going out from Coldwell Banker on that we're going to have to comply with. It's called cyber insurance. And we all are, when we close a transaction, we all pay into our E&O legal defense fund to have coverage and defense in the event there is a claim against you or the company. So we all pay into that. And anyone in here want to know the last time that we've ever raised their E&O legal defense fee? Anyone remember? I can tell you
100
nobody
years ago.
Nobody can say that raise their hand because we've never raised it. We've kept
Right.
it the same for the past probably 20 years. It's been the same fee. As long as I've been here, it's been the same effect. Do you guys know that the E&O legal defense fee does not stay the same over the last 20 years? Okay. There is a rising cost and expense that the company has been absorbing for your benefit and your coverage. And now we have a requirement to add additional insurance. It's called cyber insurance. And that would be something that there is a lot of companies being hacked. There's a lot of things going around, and there's a defense and a policy and a $2 million coverage. I think. Oh no, I'm sorry. They're asking $500,000, $500,000 worth of coverage for cyber insurance is the minimum, and so we're going to be aiming to get quotes and estimates for beginning January 1st, 2024, to have cyber insurance in play. And as a company, I have not spoke with Margaret on anything and whether we're going to have to make an increase or not, because I still don't have the estimates yet, but I'm just letting you know there is going to be some potential changes, but I may or may not, depending on the expense. Now, in regards to the sales meeting slides, and we also heard from Sylvia that there's a lot of stuff going on with litigation, potential lawsuits, and how many of you are familiar with the ongoing litigation with NAR? Anybody? There's 2 lawsuits against NAR, Anywhere Real Estate, and many large broker firms, including Berkshire and all the major players out there, and even Redfin. So these major players are in a situation that I think it's worth at least addressing and discussing, because I want you to be knowledgeable. Your clients might be asking you, hey, what's going on with that NAR lawsuit? Or why are realtors being sued? Is there really an antitrust lawsuit situation going on? And so I did want to share a little bit about that. And so you're knowledgeable, and at least we discussed it. So yes, there is a nationwide this has been ongoing for a year and a half already. But what has recently occurred is Anywhere Real Estate, our parent company, has decided to and agreed to a settlement between the Burnett and Morrill antitrust class action lawsuit. The plaintiffs are alleging that there is antitrust issues with our industry. It's our industry, not necessarily our company. It's the way practices are done and the way compensation is negotiated throughout the transaction. So I just want to let you know and let you read that our settlement is going to have some small changes that we're going to change the way we do our practices. Okay. So independent agents like us, we are independent and franchised company. So there is some things going on, but all of the co-banker brands, we're going to be trying to have these 3 key components are going to be the practice changes that are related to our settlement agreement. Number 1, Anywhere does not require franchisees or agents to must belong to the NAR, nor to follow the Code of Ethics or the MLS handbooks. Prior to this lawsuit, yes, everyone was required to be a NAR car association member and belong to the realtor and to abide by Code of Ethics. They believe this requirement of mandatorily making all agents belong is antitrust, to make everyone follow the Code of Ethics. There's a lot of good stuff in the Code of Ethics. It says like, hey, you have a duties to the public, duties to other agents, you have duties to your clients. So I like all the Code of Ethics. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just the mandatory belonging to it and requiring all agents to follow those rules is now going to be what's called optional. Anywhere will advise and remind franchisees and agents there's no rule requiring offers of compensation. To be clear, Anywhere continues to support cooperative compensation, to continue to support our MLS, and to provide an offer of compensation. So nothing in our MLS is going to change, except that it's not mandatory field to must put an X amount of commission advertised for your listing. So the agents and brokers that prior to this situation, they were offering $1 or $100 for that compensation. That model is now supported because as a result of this lawsuit. So you could just go ahead and just offer out, $1, $0. I'm not exactly sure if $1 is the minimum or zero, but it's not going to be a mandatory field, meaning each buyer's agent, if you do not see an offer of compensation, it's going to be probably your duty to negotiate, which is what we all do great. That's what we're realtors, and that's why we're the middlemen and women. We can either negotiate for the listing agent seller to pay us and compensate us with our offer, or we can go ahead and alternatively ask our own client to pay our commission. That is going to be an option for us to negotiate where that commission comes from. Okay. So that MLS and that mandatory requirement for X percentage is going to be removed. And Anywhere will develop and provide training materials and agents to help practice these above changes. And so that is why Kelly Richardson already forewarned us 4 months ago when he came to our office and he spoke to us. Agents, you better realize and you better learn how to use your buyer broker agreement. The buyer representation agreement is going to be important for you to understand because you potentially will need to ask your own client to pay your own commissions because that amount is negotiable, right? That's what the Department of Real Estate says. All real estate commissions are negotiable. When you guys say, Kelvin, people are doing it for 1%. Yeah, that's their time. People can list a property for 1% if that's what they want to do. Okay. So in our business, you don't compete on commission, you compete on value. You compete on what you offer, your services, and your trust, your relationship, your marketing, your skills, and your experience all bundled together is why you will charge and ask for a certain commission, because every specialist will also bundle their pricing together for what they do. An attorney who specializes in trusts are going to say, I specialize in trusts and I do this and this is my fee. Any doctor says, I practice and I do surgery, or I specialize in this type of cancer or this type of treatment. That's why I charge this fee. They post their fees and they ask their clients to pay it. And then they have a contract in there. Every dentist, they say, here's our fees. This is our specialty. This is our work, a scope of work. And something like you have certain duties that you're going to be, because you're an independent contractor, you're running a business. And so I hope you're going to be strong in protecting your business and adapting your business for the future, because these changes are real. And it's not only very soon where NAR and all realtors are going to be suffering, because I can hear you right now. I can letting you know there is articles right now where, and this is just posted last week, the headline, Redfin, the online real estate broker, now is leaving a powerful realtor group. And it's going to require its brokers to cancel their membership with the NAR because there's been a lot of sexual harassment. There's been a lot of negative press with the realtors recently. So they are going to be removing themselves, and they might be just listing their own listings on their own platform. I have no idea what they're going to do. They might still put it in the MLS. Who knows? Because we'll see what happens. But anyway, if you want to look at this up, there's a lot of news regarding why they are doing that. But ultimately, there's a lot of sexual harassment claims. There is a lot of negative press, and there's a lot, basically all of this antitrust issues, that are litigation that's coming on. All these major players in the industry understand and know and preparing. Like I've already told you last year, when the economy starts to get a little bit worse and worse and worse, and we're heading closer towards that recession or a depression, lawsuits rise, complaints are increased, people are less happy, so they're going to try to point fingers at someone else, try to stick their fingers out. And like Sylvia mentioned, this your website's not ADA compliant, I can't see. So they're going to sue you for not having a website, because they're going to search for everyone who doesn't have a compliance or who's going to be an easy target. So I'm telling you, don't be an easy target. Don't put marketing or social media words out there that you are not fully vetted out, and because it's not in my control what you say. It's what you say is out there on those words that become part of the world of internet that's kind of basically forever, that potentially could lead to more exposure when you see a lot of people and people forward your messages or take pictures of it. And do not do any discrimination or any remarks regarding protected classes. Anyway, so that's the news on the NAR front, letting you know that what we are doing on our front. So there is a little bit of a little fact sheet. Do you guys see this little understanding the settlement? Someone say yes or no if you see my pop-up screen right now.
See it?
Okay. So Anywhere is going to pay 83.5 million to the settlement fund. There is going to be some dates where they're going to have to implement some of these changes. And these are the practice changes that I already discussed with you. And there's going to make some rule changes and this and this and that. So there's no rule offering compensation. If you say, hey, seller, I want to list your property, my fee is 2.5%. I have no idea what the buyer's agent is, so we can go ahead and sign a listing contract for 2.5%. And they're going to allow each offer coming in. You might be have to have the agents negotiate what your buyer's fee is going to be, what the commission will be, or then maybe that buyer's agent says, I'll build it into my own. And that way you can present the offers without any compensation to that buyer's agent. That's possible. So we're going to have to do a little bit more of what's called agent to agent negotiations on whether you add it into the price. The reason why we want these offers of compensation to be paid by the seller is because it helps the whole industry it helps in affordability. Because what's $1 million times 2.5%, guys? 25,000. Many people don't have 25. A buyer who's spending $1 million on a home may not have $25,000 of closing costs, additional to their 3%, addition to their 20% down to pay their own buyer's agent fee. So what does that mean? That means that the way our industry works, they bet to finance that 25,000 in the history, because they pay the price to the seller, and the seller who receives that $1 million pays that $25,000 to both their agents, buyer and listing agent. And that's why we get to finance that 25,000 over the course of 30-year mortgages. And that helps affordability with many buyers. Imagine a world next year where that 25,000 no longer can be financed into that loan. Okay. So they got to pay the 20% down. Maybe the price is 975,000, but that seller or that buyer is now going to have to also pay 25,000 to their own agent. That could be a realm of possibility. Okay. So those are the changes of what we're going to do. No minimums. Again, all commissions are all negotiable depending on the scope of services provided, the distance, all these factors that marketing, and whether it's a limited listing or a full service. So there's all this stuff, and we'll talk more about it as I learn more. Just wanted to keep you up to date because there's a lot of stuff going on that front. Any questions? I'll go back to the full screen slides. Oh, someone say something?
Calvin, I have a question. With the changes, is it just gonna happen sometime in next year or not yet? Is maybe will happen with the buyers and the percentage and things like that.
There's different what's called regulatory bodies. Now, great question, Drew. Coldwell Banker, it belongs to Anywhere. So all the Anywhere branded companies, which is Coldwell Banker, C21, Better Homes and Gardens, ERA, Sotheby's, these firms are going to be following what I just told you, which is no mandatory minimums and no offers of compensation, no requirement to join NAR. Now, that's just how our practice is going to be. It's going to be optional, which is fine. So that really doesn't change much, because I think we're all going to still option to belong to our realtor board. We're still going to offer to continue practicing customarily until we see others change it. Okay, so the MLS will just now not make it a mandatory field where it's red to require X amount of percentage to be broadcasted out. Whether you choose to take a 5%, 6%, or X amount listing, or whether you choose to take a listing only for your own services, that practice is going to be up to you. But let me dictate how we're going to advise and give you some guidance on that before these changes take place, because nothing is taking place right now. It's going to be a lot more stuff that I need to be involved with and understand before next year happens. Okay. So the great thing is we have Sylvia Ramos, and she belongs on the MLS committee, and she's also hearing all this stuff from her end. I'm going to be keeping on and learning from the legal end and what's going on NAR. But ultimately, that's to answer your question, it's not determined yet. Okay. So I would imagine it's going to be just a world of everything staying the same and status quo, with a little bit more agents not putting a full commission out there and so you will have to just add the CPC form if you want to ask for the seller to pay the commission, or you would go ahead and say, I have my own buyer. We want your offer. Here's your seller's price. Please note, my buyer is paying my own commission. And then that's going to be a supplemental page that you attach with your offer presentation. Okay. Does that answer it?
Yeah, but you have to probably repeat that when it comes out with the forms. But okay.
Yeah, I'll bookmark this video because it's gonna change. I still don't know exactly what the proposed settlement terms, because they have not been signed yet. They've just been written, and we're waiting to understand if this is if the judge is going to sign off on this settlement and allow us to pay to get out of this issue, get out of the settlement, because there's still NAR is still involved in this. Okay, there's still many firms that are still fighting this antitrust, but at the end of the day, we imagine there's going to be a large settlement from everybody. October 9th, we have the macroeconomic data suggesting that the labor markets still are very strong, and that is causing some fears that they might want to raise more rates, the federal funds rates target, because our economy is not slowing down. We're very resilient. The rates may seem to be at elevated levels for a longer period of time. We don't know, but we're starting to see California's housing market having some dip in demand, and we're seeing a lot more sellers. Half of them are selling above asking price, half are selling below. So there is a good normalization or what you call just the market slowdown right now as we approach the end of the year and the slow season. So we're starting to see a little bit of that activity, definitely demand wise, fall. People don't want to pay these very elevated high prices, and they don't want to pay a high elevated mortgage interest rate as well. It makes sense. Okay. So that's it for the news. If there's no other questions, I'll go into the slides. Yes, Sylvia.
Kelvin, I'd like to chime in for a little bit. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to remind everyone that we are going to have a really awesome speaker for training this coming Thursday. Stand by for confirmation, but as of right now, I believe it's 12:30 and it is lunch. And it's on Info Sparks, and it's one of our trainers from CRMLS. They're very excited, enthusiastic about coming to our office because of the attendance that we have here and all the questions that they get. The more questions you ask, the less you stay in trouble. We want to keep you in compliance. So we're going to have that this coming Thursday. And then question for you, Kelvin, in regards to the NAR, going back to that. NAR has always, as far as the ethics portion of it, NAR has always been something that I've been proud of, being part of one of the largest, trades in the world, being with NAR, and I think that holds some weight. I know there's a lot of issues going on up there right now. However, when it comes down to ethics, where do you see the industry going if we are not all uniformed under the ethics umbrella as a whole?
As an industry, the code of ethics is the one tiny piece of glue that keeps all of us on the page of, hey guys, let's be professionals. Let's have some class. Let's have some ethics and duties to one another and communicate and respond and have what's called negotiations and ongoing upfront transparency and undisclosure stuff. So all of the stuff contained, the purpose, the intent of the code of ethics, all is great. Those are all good, positive things for our industry. However, there are negative things belonging to the NAR that I can see why some of these elements are being pushed to from the consumer's eyes. The perception is that we're one big monopoly. Our MLS technically kind of has led towards, hey, realtors' value is by providing the MLS, and we have the access and to the data, what listings are available, how much the compensation, and what numbers to contact, and the private information. So because of that near monopoly on all the data, there are some associations that do not belong to these MLSs and don't participate to other competing boards. And that's why at the beginning of time, each association has their own, and brokers have the right of which boards are going to join, and there is the option from our front. But from the consumer's perspective, they don't have that many options. They can only select the realtor and select what properties they want to offer on. But once they select those, I like 123 Main Street down the street, and I want to write an offer as a consumer, as a buyer, I don't get to negotiate my commission, my representative's commission. Technically, I have to find an agent, and I don't get to negotiate the commission that I pay out. And a lot of the buyers' perception, and it's because of a lack of services and qualified consultations from the vast majority of agents are not like you and I. We should belong to the 80-90% of the agents who are doing things great and really putting our clients' interests first. But there's a good amount of realtors out there ruining our reputation. They are providing buyer services. They're telling their clients, go to their open house and then I'll write the offer for you, and then blah, 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 blah. I'll be your agent. And they are not representing them well enough. So therefore, the buyers and the consumers feel they're not getting enough value back for the large commission that the agent earns, and they didn't get to negotiate that. Some of the people are negotiating a kickback, pay me towards my closing costs, which is legal if it's towards closing costs. And so they're negotiating small amounts towards closing costs instead of negotiating the commission rate offered for the services that I need in my representation. And some buyers out there say, I'm a sophisticated investor. I don't need representation. I just want someone to write my offer for me. Okay, then they can find an agent that will just do that. And then some buyers that are first time and they want a handhold and they want the whole experience of knowing how to put, gelling the whole transaction from A to Z. that's a full service transaction, and you can probably have agents out there providing full services for that particular person, and it allows the consumer to have choice. Okay, and that's really what it is. But the problem with the MLS is it's X amount commission offered out, and whether you're doing a full service or limited service, we're paying out the same. Okay, and that's kind of the key thing. And some consumers, I understand, they had a transaction, they way overpaid for the property in the last 2 years. They paid like 200,000 over asking, and their agent probably didn't help them do much. Okay, except write that offer, get it accepted. So I get it. There are a lot of agents out there making large money, not doing much for their clients. And I hope eventually your name gets spread out there, or your clients refer you because they know the quality of services that you provide and the level of experience slash protection and marketing and all that good stuff that help us either get top dollar for our sellers or help us protect our buyers much better. Okay. Now,
Thank you, Calvin. Appreciate that.
let's go into the finishing off our new listings. We're getting long on our listing, on our sales meeting. Brand new listing. This is a vacant land, 5 acres in Phelan. Jung Kwan is our Phelan guy. He's got several closings of land in this area. So he got it. He's got this 5 acres. I can't remember the price. So go ahead and just search it on the vacant land section. Andy Fu and Christy got 5522 Alessandro Avenue, brand new construction, 2023 built. This is a gorgeous high-end luxury grade, near $2 million asking price, a newly completed single family, single story, private backyard, and exquisite materials inside. We got Daniel Wong listing 1135 Taroko Drive, Covina, 750,000. I believe this is already in escrow. Angel Lau has 2630 Lorraine Road, San Marino. Good price for $2.6 million for a 2,000 square foot single family. That's a great price. I expect this to sell quickly. Shanae Lamb has 980,000, 1325 Beach Hill Avenue, Hacienda Heights. The 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, almost 2,000 square feet. Congratulations on your new listing. Lorena has 1401 Reynolds Ave in Glendora for lease. This is $35.50 per month. And she's excellent at getting everything done and leased out quickly. Esther has this condo in Canoga Park. This is 21800 Schoenborn Street, 260. 1 bedroom, 1 bath condominium. Oh, yeah. All right. We got Jonathan Go, 1735 Julia Way in Riverside. A 3-bed, 2.5 bath, 2,000 square feet, single family. And you want anything you want to pitch for Sylvia, your Briar Grand Loop, Unit G in Stanton?
Sure. Thank you so much. So this condo here is quite a gem. It's absolutely gorgeous. The owner put a lot of money into it, and it was just under a year and a half ago. And her and her friend, you'll see the other condo, Mark and I, we interviewed for the twins, and we were able to get both listings. And we also got both referrals over in Arizona on 2 new homes for them as well. This one here isn't a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, stunning end unit that is near the parking space. It has 2 designated parking spaces, and it also has one of the 3 of the swimming pool, community pools nearby. It is, it's just the tones of the home on the inside, the layout, the floor plan is just absolutely beautiful. You can see the plantation shutters, and the feel and the vibe that you get in there is just so fresh and so inviting. So I've already had several emails. Some of these agents out there emailing me are pretty aggressive. I had one agent that I want to reach out to you, Kelvin, says, send me all the disclosures and send me the home warranty and send me everything before we consider a write-an offer. You know, but what I do want to share on this property here is I actually spoke to Kelly Richardson about it this morning. When the homeowner purchased it, she purchased it as a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. However, the tax ID number shows that it's a 1-bedroom and a den. So we're trying to get that corrected with the assessors. One of the bedrooms shows that the wall has an indentation, and it looks like it's kind of a portable closet. So when part of our due diligence is going over the prelim with our client, and she says to me, Sylvia Ramos, I trust you wholeheartedly. Just where do I sign? And I said, I appreciate that. However, there's something you want to make note on the prelim. It shows that you're a 1-bedroom and a 1-bath. So she was very irate, very upset. And I said, this is why you hired me. I need to bring this up to you. So I'm saying to all of you is that she purchased it as a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, but it does state with the assessor that it's a 1-bedroom and a den. I haven't heard that word in a very long time, which is AKA family room or open space or gathering room, whatever you want to call it. On her bathroom, she did take out the vanity and she remodeled it to be office space. And it's charming. It is priced on the lower end. She wants to take a loss on it because of her property gains and her tax gains. So that's where this one is at right now. So you see, 2-bedroom, 1-bath. The 822 square feet is per assessor. So please be mindful to educate yourself and your clients to do their due diligence on investigating prior to making a commitment. Thank you, Kelvin.
Let me make a comment on that. Thank you for sharing that stuff. But agents, okay, let me correct and clarify. When you order a prelim title report, it's never gonna say 2-bedroom, 1-bath. Okay, it's not. So the prelim is not going to be wrong. Your prelim title report is going to give you an APN number and a legal description. So there's a deed recorded with an instrument saying this property belongs to parcel number 011 of this map of this page and this book, and they have it surveyed and they already have the boundaries marked out. And when you're buying a condominium, you're buying a 1/16th interest of that condominium, but you're never going to see square footage. You're never going to see bedroom counts on your prelims. And that's because you're not selling, and it's not our duty as realtors. We don't have to correct the information on a property profile for our clients. We only have to tell the truth and be transparent, and we're selling what we have. Okay. Could a person convert a den into a bedroom in the history of a lifetime? Yes, they can. They're not changing square footage. If they convert a den to a bedroom, they legally can, and go ahead and let them, and by all means, that's what they want to do. Whether it's reflected by the property profile report, that's up to the county assessor, which is not our duty to also correct the county assessor on how they tax people. It's not our duty. So just disclose it. This county assessor's office, here's a copy of the assessors, the change of assessment, or the profile report says it's a 1-bedroom, 1-den instead of 2-bedroom. So just disclose it, put it on your remarks, provide it in your counteroffer or remarks of a disclaimer, and you're protected because now the buyer purchased this as a 2-bedroom long time ago, and then now they want to sell it as a 2-bedroom. Yeah, that's fine. They could also sell it as a 1-bedroom as a den. You're selling what you're selling in real estate. The APN number is describing land value plus improvements. Okay. And whether they improve the property with a den converted to a bedroom, or whether it's a bedroom legally described, it's still an improvement. So that's what we're selling. We just got to price it correctly in our perceived value to the public. I don't see any need to have to talk to an attorney to have to get this corrected or anything. Just go ahead and disclose it. Okay. Why take on extra headache?
Just to add on that was a suggestion of the title rep to have that investigated. It goes a little deeper, but I don't want to go into the weeds on the sales meeting.
Okay. So next listing we got is Henry Liu, coming soon. 35 West Camino Real Ave, Arcadia, a 5-bedroom. Huge lots at 2.59 million. Talk to him if you got any clients looking for a gorgeous high-end home. And Jessica Chen has 24101 High Knob Road in Diamond Bar. This condo is offered at 595,000. Congratulations to Henry's Buenos Aires Drive in Covina. This is in South Hills, West Covina, I think area right near there. This is offered at 2.39 million. Over 1 acre lot size, top of the hill. This is a gorgeous, nice home. And Henry has this one for lease, 1222 Temple City Boulevard, Unit B in Arcadia. This townhouse is going for $4,500 per month. He's also has 18 Woodland Lane in Bradbury. This is a 1.5 acres with a house offered at 2.12 million in the desirable foothills of Bradbury. Amy has a nice cool listing. This is 1644 Corson Street, Pasadena. Good looking detached condominium offered at 800,000 at a pretty good price. Doreen Twan has this one for lease. It's 4441 Walnut Grove Avenue, Unit H. This condominium PUD style is $3,500 per month. And we have some closers. Congratulations on Helen and Sylvia. They closed on 999 Valley Boulevard, Alhambra. And very excited for Sam Chow to close his property at 1234 Wilshire Boulevard. This 1130 square foot condominium is in the newer development of Vero community. Jerry and Connie Baker sold 1420 Random Lane in Duarte, their listing, for $890,000. And Angel got this closing on this townhouse, 178 Casito Canyon, Monterey Park. Very excited for Gina. She got her 6023 Oak Avenue for leased out very quickly, and tons of activity on these. There's still a lot of renters out there, guys. 6835 Maysdale Avenue, San Gabriel. Christelle got this one leased out as well. Congratulations on her. She got this one sold. And Julia, 7763 Hellman Avenue, number 17 Rosemead. Congratulations, Julia, for getting this. And Helen Ma closed on this lease, 13751 Los Angeles Street, Baldwin Park. And Julia leased out 1228 Temple City Boulevard, Unit D in Arcadia. Kayla Liu leased out 19212 Camlin Lane in Walnut, $3,400 per month. And Henry, he just leased this one out at $15,000 per month for this warehouse in South Omani. Congratulations to Amy. She leased out 4232 Lind Avenue in Arcadia. And Ryan Go, awesome. 24135 Dulceto Ave in Murrieta. This condominium sold $505,000. And Henry sold this San Antonio, Texas referral. So this is South Zarzamore Street. Happy to get your referrals and make sure you still get income when your clients move out of state. Don't forget, help them with the phone call, put them in touch with a nice professional. Henry closed this one in Monterey Park. This is with Cindy Zhao, 905 De La Fuente Street. This is a nice single family, sold at 1.639 million. Amy closed on 222 Central Ave in LA. This is condominium, sold 680,000. 4th floor. Johnny Chu sold this nice single family, 478,000. What a great deal for this big old property. 5 bedrooms for 478,000. I have no idea where Imperial is, but that's a nice price. And anyone want to pitch anything else? Any coming soons or needs and wants? Sylvia?
Yeah, the other condo wasn't on here. It's Youngdale, 7770 Youngdale Unit K. And that is a 1 bedroom, 2 bath, 1 3/4 bath. It is a 2-level with vaulted ceilings. It sits on the 2nd level, and it does have a loft with a 3/4 bath upstairs. And that one's priced at $575,000. It's a little shy of 1,100 square feet. So these are in Stanton. We will be holding an open house this coming Sunday, so come on over.
Okay, great. Anyone else? If not, that's the end of today's sales meeting. Thank you for staying on to the very end. This is a long one.